Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. The day's finally come for me to give you a full tour of this 380 SL 1983. I've had it for nearly 4 years. I've used it very lightly over those 4 years. I've probably put about 4,000 miles on it while going through all the things that it needed doing, from fuel system, from front to back, you know, injectors, fuel pump, sender unit, fuel compensation unit, blower motor, new hood pad, some paintwork, new top, new leather seats, reinforced the subframe, which I'll give you a link to another video where that was done. It drives smooth as butter now, really nicely. So yeah, sit back and grab a cup of tea or a beer or whatever takes your fancy, and let's get started. All right. So obviously driver's side here, first off, first impressions to the interior. Now first things first, these are brand new seat kit. This is from German Auto Tops down in Southern California. It's been completely redone. I did this. So essentially this car's never been driven with these seats in it. And if I could put smell-o-vision on this video, you could really smell the gorgeous new leather. All the correct pattern and everything in these seats, headrests of course, armrest, and I did add just a smidge of what's called scrim to build up this seat. It wasn't broken, just to lift it just ever so slightly, but that all really adds to the interior of this car because the seats were looking a little tired, especially the driver's side, so that really lifts the car up. Staying on this side, threshold all in good shape, chrome trim there, threshold pad. Zoom in on the plates there. Door card, all perfect pretty much. I mean, there's nothing, no tears or anything of that nature. One little notation, this little lock tab did break, so I just want to make sure everyone knows the score. So that little knob there is one little ding against it, and you can buy these still. You don't have to buy this whole assembly. I think you can buy the little switch. And chrome on the end here, and then an old service label for Mercedes, but it looks a bit worn out there. Let's go to the back here. Now unfortunately the back shelf has suffered from Pinkamino-ish, you know, it's faded due to the light. Now I did think I'm gonna replace that, but I thought, do you know what, if I replace that, it's not going to match the wall there, and I think it's one of those things that I put a lot of time and effort into this car, and it's one of those things it probably could do with the carpet kit, which can be had from the same company that I bought the seat covers. I think they're running around $550, so I think that would really elevate the inside substantial amount. The carpet's in nice clean shape and everything, but this pink shelf here it does detract from it somewhat. So that being said, we've got the first aid kit there, all the original kit. Okay, in the car, oh, tell a lie, it's 78,386 genuine miles. I've got all the paperwork that came with the car from when I bought it, and I over the years have probably put about 3,500 miles on it to make sure all of the repairs that I've done and carried out are holding, and there's nothing, you know, unpredictable about the car. We've got the original radio there that does work, a Grand Prix with a cassette player. I don't think the cassette player works, to be perfectly honest with you, but the radio works fine with the powered antenna here. We, just for reference, we did put a new blower motor in to the engine bay, so this is working, the blower motors. The R12 could do with a charge or switching over to 134. I haven't got to that. That's something the new owner will have to take care of, but this does work. This is operable, and I'll show you it working. And we've got the switches and everything here. This has all been refinished here because it's had some cracking, and obviously the mirror adjustment for the passenger side. I did actually replace that little triangular trim there because the little pins had broken off, so I wanted to make sure that was there. And just the dash is in nice condition. It does have a couple of cracks here and one developing here, but you know, it's one of those things that, you know, some of these cars do tend to have that. It's not horrendous, but again, something you need to make note of. Just smells gorgeous in here now, as you can imagine. I'm going to go down to the gas station and fill it up and take it for a test drive to show you guys. we'll pop back into the cockpit in a minute when we first fire it up, you know, to show you oil pressure and everything's good. So let me go to the other side. And before I forget, if you've got any questions whatsoever, any details that I might have missed or not spoken about in detail, please let me know. I'll be happy to answer any questions. So we'll hit the door card here. Everything's fine there. See the switch there? It's fine on this side. And we'll all look under the doors when we look at bodywork stuff. So I've got the threshold. Nice clean threshold. As you see, the mats here, I'm going to show you what it looks like underneath. See, typical condition of a car this age. It's actually very respectable and clean. And when these seats were out, I shot a little video of the floor pans underneath the seats with no carpet, so you'll get to see what the floor pan looks and how clean, and zero rust on the floor pan, and really good shape, solid car, so you've got no concern as far as that goes. When I replaced the seats, this lower plate, I think on this side, maybe this plate on the other side of this seat I did replace because the pins had broken, and also this section here had broken, so I replaced that. So these are all present because little details like that make all the difference. Before the driver's seat goes in, just show you the floor pan. Completely clear, no rust, no hint of rust anywhere. So that's right under the driver's seat just before I put it back in. So there we go. It's passenger side footwell. As you can see, no signs of rust, water getting in at all. So thought I'd shoot that before I put the seat back in. And I've got the back shelf out here, and you can see it's got all the original sound deadening in. Again, no sign of water getting in anywhere. Completely rust-free car. Thought while we're up in the air, we'll have a look in the trunk. So check the underside of the trunk area there. Nice condition paint there. Seals in pretty good shape. Little chip here, the black threshold paint here, and another one there. Let me look inside. Carpet in good shape in the trunk, as you'd expect really, because it don't get used that much. And we'll look in the battery area in just a second. And just get around to the lights here. Alright, so we'll look at the spare. A bit of dust there. Okay, there's the spare with still the label from the factory on the wheel there, and this spare's never been on the car, you can pretty much see that. I've had it out before, and all the underside of the wheel is very clean. But let me get that wheel out so you can inspect the wheel area, storage area. Before I forget, the sound deadening to the left of the spare tyre is all in really nice shape, not cracked or, you know, it's all really nice. It actually smells really new under here, you know, that's new car smell, new tyre smell. It's all really nice in here. So let me get that tyre out. There we go, got that out. As you can see, it's in really nice shape. See down by the drain hole there, just almost like a tiny surface rust there, probably by the edge of the hole, you know. So I'd probably just pop that little bung out, clean that up, a little bit of paint, be fine. But that's the only little, like a dusting of it, you know how it goes. But the rest of the trunk, the spare wheel well is in really nice shape. All the old factory seam sealer there. I'm not a big expert on the 107, but I would imagine this is a key area where they rust out in certain climates. Now this is a spare wheel that came out of the car. Not seen this tyre pattern before. I mean, that's a really aggressive tyre pattern. Some of you more familiar with the 107 will know that may be what they used to put on factory. And as I say, with the tyre size, I was right. The 205 70 14s instead of the 60s. So as you can see, this tyre wheel combination has never been on the car. All the original factory printing and everything on there, it's not scratched, so that's never been on the car. Pretty rest assured of that. So what make is this tyre? Let's have a look. Michelin. So original Michelin tyre. Not that you'd use this obviously, because it's a very old tyre now. Yeah, Michelin. There we go. Alright, moving on to the battery compartment. Now I have put a new battery on this. I'm not sure which one I did now. I don't know whether it was a Napa brand one, but big bugger it is. Okay, get those stuff. Really like the way this battery compartment is with the 107, nice and solid. Oh, and here's the jack here, by the way. So that's there. Get that guy out. So yeah, it's a Legend battery, and as you can see, it's a pretty new one, but it's a monster. So that is not old at all. It's about 18 months old, that battery. We do have all the tools here. A little tool roll that came with the car. And the fuses, I think. Yeah, a few fuses. And these are all, I guess, these, yeah, Mercedes-Benz wrenches and various assortment there. So that comes with the car. Now I've removed the rear tyres. I'm going to do this rear first, then the front, just for safety. I don't really want it all up on axle stands altogether, so I've just made it secure axle stands and rinsed off the underside so you can see how clean it is under there. So let's go on to the driver's side rear. So start at the front here. See all the original underseal is all pretty much undisturbed there, and I tried to wash it down so you could see as much as possible there. Okay, and get the camera under there. So this area here, free of any rust. And just a reminder, I have done all the brake pads on all four corners. Rotors are in good shape. No lip on the outer edge there. Really good shape. Rotor's got plenty of life back on. Obviously a little surface rust on the hub, but that's pretty common. Right, passenger side. Again, all very clean, underseal, undisturbed. A little dark area, just a bit of dirt there. So I tried to clean it off so everyone could see. It's a very rust-free car. There we go. And I'll get underneath to show you this well section underneath here. And again, good rotors, a little rust on the hubs, which is normal. So let me dive under this side. Right, I'm on the body creeper right now. So there's the under passenger valance at the rear there, and the that'll be the battery tray area. So that's all solid, just a little dirt there. I think this is kind of overspray area from the factory here. New fuel pump there, I put that on a few years back now actually. So, and spare wheel area, we'll get into that up when we move into the trunk area. Check the boots. No tears, no evidence of breakage there on the boot. Let me get underneath here, it's a little tricky. These seem all in good shape. That side. You're letting the camera kind of do the talking here, you know, because it's difficult for me to reach that area there. But then over to this driver's side boot here. Make sure in focus. Okay, just normal road grind there. That's that. And exhaust is in pretty good shape. I don't think that's been on there that long, before I got the car anyway, but no leaks or anything like that. So get focused, and rear differential, no evidence of weeping or anything like that. Alright, here I forgot to show you guys the flex sticks in good shape. Right back here, the differential. Don't see any sign of cracking or anything, so you haven't got to worry about that for a while anyway. And I'll try and get a better shot underneath here. Floor pan, I'm gonna obviously do the front as well, but while I'm under the back here, as I say, no detectable rust on this car whatsoever. Let's get the rear wheels back on, and we'll get the front up in the air. These are the two tyres that came off the rear. You can see a few stones in there, but ample grip on those, you can see that. And these came with the car, a little lower profile than I would prefer. Let's have a look, where's the old sizing on here? There you go, so we've got 205 60 14, so it's a lower profile here. As far as tyres, here are the two front tyres, again, all same make as the rears, and plenty of meat on there. That's a power washer going off. Plenty of meat on there. Now moving on to the front of the car, I've given it a rinse off underneath so you can make out all of the underside of the body here. So see it cleaned up quite nicely. Wasn't in bad shape anyway, but just sort of get some of the dirt off so you can see the vacuum tank up there. Obviously on the passenger side right now. All looks good under here. And a little splash guard here. You see that was surface rust on the disc, obviously, because it's had a blast of water and it hasn't been driven much lately. Again, no ridge on here. Plenty of meat on these rotors, ventilated. And again, I've done all the brake pads on these. So let's dive underneath. The 450 SL and a few of the other 107s were recalled due to the wishbone mount breaking, and the 380 was not part of that recall. So what I did, I do have a video earlier on, I'll put a link to it, of me. I bought the reinforcement plate from Mercedes, and there's 4 of those, one here, one here, one there, and one there, and these plates are here just to kind of pull and tie everything together, and I put curves in them so it kind of looks factory, you know. So they're all welded in, and you can be absolutely sure that these mounting brackets are not going to break now. Not that there was a common thing on the 380, but there were cases of it, so I just wanted to avoid that. So take a look at that video if you're interested. You can see new catalytic converter on that side. Okay, here's the other wheel arch, driver's side. Flexible brake lines, I did not replace those, they seem fine, but that might be a service item you might want to do. I did replace the steering dampener, that is a new steering dampener on there. Again, rotors are good on this side, and all looking pretty clean on the underside here. You can see a little easier there. You can see that little cracking on that bushing there. Just going to do a little walk around with the body right now. Now starting back here, we do have a little minor scratch here on the rear quarter here. Also want to make sure you know about that. Paint on the trunk lid's good. Little tiny chip there and a chip here. Okay. Just checking this area here. We do have a little thing that looks like it's in the clear coat there on the roof. I'm not sure exactly what that is. It's just a pine needle, a couple of pine needles there. Overall, it's a really clean paintwork. I did redo the hood. I sprayed the hood and blew it into the top fenders and polished that down to around 3000, and then polished and you know, medium and fine polished that. So that looks really nice, and it feels absolutely silky baby smooth. See the sheen on it. I'll do this on both sides. Little tiny chip there, and we do have a little dent here on this fender. You can see that little tiny dent, and the sheen on there. Yeah, really nice luster. About 4 coats of clear on there, 2K clear obviously. We also have a minor dent on the hood just there. Just make note of, and a tiny little imperfection right there. But another little missing of the pinstriping there. Again, minor stuff. The chrome is in nice shape. You know, this is that, I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head, but it does have that kind of slight dullness to it. I've shined it as best I could, but it's very presentable. You know, that like fogginess, it goes kind of foggy, but it's still very nice. So I just want to make sure you know of that. Original windshield. Please, if you've got any questions, just I'll hone in on anything. I'm not trying to hide anything, so everyone knows the condition of this car, which stands really nicely actually for a car that now is 41 years old. Right, as for the engine bay, I didn't go crazy on the engine bay, hyper detailing it or anything. It's just as it is basically. So starting at the back there, we've checked that chamber back there. That's got a new blower motor in there, and checked the drain holes and make sure those bolts holding the blower motor in are not stripped or anything, because obviously people in the know that that can be an issue. We've had the fuel enrichment compensator rebuilt by Rick Werner. He sent that off. We've had new injectors, all new injectors, and essentially from the fuel tank to the engine we've gone through the fuel system. The tank's been out and completely cleaned and flushed and painted, and so the fuel system's working great, fires up beautiful. What else? New thermostat, radiator flush and all those kind of basics. Oil change, probably needs another oil change actually, because I've driven it around 3,000 miles, so it shifts really nicely. So really not a lot to tell you about the engine. As I say, it's a 2-row timing chain, converted around 20,000 miles, and yeah, I've been very impressed with how smooth running this car is. I've been sitting at traffic lights and sometimes I was sure it had stalled out, but it ticks over just below 500 RPM once it's all up and running and warm. Also, just for niceness, I put a new hood pad on. So as you know, that can be a bit of a pain in the butt. That's a new hood pad, and the section at the back there is replaced as well. So new hood pad. Threshold here, zoom in on the data plate there. And let's just examine a little bit closer at the chrome here. As you can see, chrome's nice, but there is a little dent there, little tiny ding there. Could do with a good polish. It's got some minor surface scratching on it, but it's very presentable, very nice chrome. I'll do a little close up of the headlights here and the surrounds. All the glass is nice. Chrome little eyebrow thing is nice. This lower area here is nice and clean as well. These all came off when the top of the fenders was blown in, as far as clear coat to pull in the colour for the hood. Now, there we go, there's a little guy there, and a little tiny ding there, very minor dings. Now there is an area here, these side panels I think were clear coated not by me, by somebody else, and there's some slight waviness in the clear coat on the driver's side here. I'm not sure whether you can see that. I just want to make sure that you know about that. But overall the paint is really nice on this car. Got good luster. I spent a long time polishing and detailing to make it present as nice as possible. We do just remember now, the seal on this top edge of the hardtop, a little broken up here, so probably could do with a new seal on this top here, and a little dried here, see, kind of common sort of thing. I think the other side's actually fine. Let's have a look. I don't know if you can see it with the light, but yeah, this seal is actually fine on this side, and pretty decent there as well. So right, just so you can see a cold start, touching the exhaust manifold there, obviously nice and cool. Okay, and let's do a continual shot, and I'll fire it up for you from cold. Find the right key here. Okay, there we go. The reserve will come on because we do need to go and get some gas, but I'll take you guys out for a drive. Okay, that fires up nicely. Oil pressure's up. Get out the light there. There we go. Oil pressure's up, and like I say, not going to run it for long because I want to move the other car and we'll go out for a little drive. So let me set up the camera safely in the back here on the tripod, and we'll go for a little spin and get some gas in it and see what this guy does. First time I've driven it with the new seats in. Alright, try to keep an eye on the camera, make sure we don't lose it. Before we set off, I just want to show you the controls working. Let's see now. So hear the fan, and then you've got an auto thing there for temperature and control here. Now, as I say, it does need recharging, this system. I didn't get to that, but everything's operable. You can hear the fan blower, defrost, changes to the windshield, all that stuff. So that's that. We got the radio. Let's see now. Radio on, and then this button, the area will come up so far, and then this button makes it go up extra far for better reception, I guess. But you can. There you go. And as I say, the tape player I couldn't get to work. Maybe it's just needs a cleaning or something like that, because believe it or not, I still have tapes. Anyway, so off we go. And I have brought extra batteries in case the camera runs out, so I'm going to keep an eye on it in my rear view mirror here. I've never done this before, but we've got to be safe. Hopefully don't have to anchor up. lose the camera. Okay, so off we go here. I'll close the window so you can hear the car better. Alright, we're all closed up now. So it drives very nicely. Shifts smooth as well, smooth shifting, and brakes nice and smoothly, nice and firm. I've led all the system, gone through all the pads and all that business, make sure it's safe. And like I say, I've done about 3,500, possibly even as much as 4,000 miles after all the work I've done to make sure everything's working correctly. And now it's time to put it up for sale, because as you know, I'm more of a 108 guy, and I've got a lot of things coming up on that project, the big 109 project, so this guy needs to go. I'm certainly no expert on the 107 body, but I find it perfectly adequate, spirited, I would say. You know, coming from the 108, especially the straight six, this is fine. And now that we know it's got the double row timing chain in there, there's a lot to be said for it. So anyway, but some of you might think differently, and that's fine. I have driven the 500 SL some months back. My friend had one, John, that I put up for sale, bring a trailer, and that was a bit of a beast. European 500, so that really moved, that thing. But yeah, this is perfectly adequate for everyday driving. Temperatures now probably about 92 degrees outside right now, and temperature gauge is holding steady, never any overheating issues. Gone through all the cooling system, Rick's gone through all that when I had him check the fueling system. And as I say, new injectors, new plugs obviously as well. Really from the fuel tank all the way forward, we've replaced everything that could give any long-term issues, you know. Filter obviously, strainer in the tank. Oh, I know, the sender unit, the fuel tank sender unit was inoperable, so that we weren't getting the gauge working. So new sender unit as well. Keep thinking of these things I've done because I've had it some time now. So we are going to turn around in the post office here. That's a very large speed bump there. They're used to pickup trucks around here, I think. There we go. Alright, so let's take off a little bit faster. Let's give it some beans up the hill. I mean, it free revs nicely, change down, and then let me get it. It's in drive right now, and we'll get around the corner and I'll do the kick down so you know that the kick down's working. Get a straight bit of road coming up. Obviously all the indicators, they're all working, no problem. So right, so we're at 1600 RPM now. Make sure it's clear. There we go. Kicked up to 2500, 3000 RPM. And shift. There we go. It's a fun car. so that's our little test drive. So next things, let's get the roof off. Probably gonna have my buddy Urban help me with that, and we'll go from there, and then we'll probably pretty much wrap this video up. So here it is with the soft top up. My friend helped me with the hard top. That's stored back at home. This is a brand new Robbins soft top, just fitted. The other one was looking a bit sad for itself, so I went ahead and had a new top fitted. It's been very nicely fitted by a local experienced Mercedes soft top guy. He's done plenty of Pagodas and 107. So we also put in new split seals here, you know, the seal that splits in half, and also B-pillar seals on both sides. We also replaced the rear seal on the back here that was looking a little worse for wear. So yeah, he did a lovely job. Just gonna give you a little pan around here. It sits nicely on the bodywork here. I've noticed sometimes you see them curling up a little bit, but seems to have done a really nice job. And it's very tight. It's almost just like having the hard top on. It's quite quiet inside, no wind noise and that kind of stuff. And this is brown, if you can see it in this light. So, like I say, that's brand new. Been on about 5 days now. So, anyway, I'm going to set the camera up and collapse it into the rear here, and I'll show you what else we've had done. So that folds in neatly. There we go. You see it's all pretty clean back there. And I had fitted a new surround here. This was looking a little faded on the original, so we fitted a new one of these. Alright, just so you see it all folded here. This seal here, this one here, a little cracking here. So I'm assuming because when the canvas rubs against it, you know, so that's that. This front seal is good, and like I say, the rear seal on the soft top has been replaced, so that is that. I think we've got to tuck that in a little better and then fold it in. And as far as this rear, you know, due to someone putting the hard top on a little bit overzealous, they have had a little dent here, so I want to make sure that you know about that. And a few little pits here where someone's, you know, been banging around. So otherwise that is in pretty good shape. Paint's pretty nice. Tiny little mar here, but this has really tidied it up nicely. Pulls it in nicely to the seats and the interior. Little tiny scratches there, but overall the horseshoe, what I call horseshoe part of the car, is really pretty nice actually. So right, let's have a look at the glove box here. Alright, what we got here? We got the manual here, owner's manual. All the typical stuff, all controls and stuff like that. So that's the owner's manual. and that's registration actually. Some spare bulbs. Oh, these are the reflectors on the top there. I replaced those. These ones, I'm not sure why I saved this. I might have bought extras actually, and a couple of bulbs there. Sent from DMV. Tape head cleaner for the Beko radio. It's in there. And let's have a look at the data strip here. Let's get the camera on the tripod and we'll go through this little lot of books here. Okay, sorry, little disturbance there. Wife bought me a smoothie. That's nice of her. So we got the plastic cover here and this little metal data plate. That's there, and then the data card or strip of paper showing you all the accessories and what have you in the car. So that's there, which is nice. Mercedes of Smythe European in San Jose, California. Then we've got the Becker radio pamphlet here, the quick easy control pamphlet. 83 service manual warranty. Let's have a look in here. Okay, the original owner, Santa Clara, California. Stevens Creek Boulevard, Smythe European. I've heard of them, actually, yeah. Anyway, that's that. This little receipt here, not sure what this is. Oh, travel lodge. Yeah, that's nothing to do with that. That's when he was off on a weekend with his missus. So, again, another little maintenance booklet here. And he's got the first service, essentially, looks like 949 there. Then at 2,956, it came in for a lubrication at 3,000 miles. And then it looks like he went off the radar a bit. And then 34,019, and the final entry, is it? Final entry looks like 43,894, and where's the date? Is that 97? And now it's got 78,000 on it. And this is obviously a little splotchy as far as records, but I've got a whole stack of receipts in a folder that I will go over, and we'll see if we can construct a better history, because he was a bit spotty on this. Anyway, so that is that, and then obviously the owner's manual here. And what's this guy? Again, Smythe European. I'm not sure. Maybe these are reminders for service, I think. Yeah, these are service reminders. Oh, and there's another data card, punch card thing. Various things, you know, for the Mercedes. That's kind of nice. It's got all that. Alright. Now just a quick look over the folder of documents. Just covering my name and address here. But anyway, so clear title, full VIN number there, evidence in order there, as you can see. Okay, so that's that. This is a piece off of the, this is a cardboard cutout from the boxing for the catalytic converter. I just kept that for reference for the numbers. A few receipts here. This is from Werner's, did a bunch of fuel, you know, the fuel rebuild work that we had, the fuel enrichment compensator rebuilt. And there's a bunch of work that he did, went through all the fuel system. That added up to a couple of $1,000, all the work I had done at Rick's. So that's there. I'm not going to go over all that in detail, but that's pretty comprehensive. But this is the one I wanted to get to. Let's see. Okay. Oh no, not that one. Sorry. Excuse me. Various other little bits and bobs here. There's the Robbins. This is for the top. It's a Robbins soft top. Okay, oh, this is an interesting one. This is for when it was brand new. This is the card that they stick in the window, you know. And check the price out. $44,286 in 1983. So there you go, that's all there. Delivery inspection, another bunch of tech stuff. Oh, this is the one, I believe. Okay, so in September the 25th, 1991, came in for single row to double row timing chain, $1,000. So that was done in September 25th, 1991. So I just want to make sure you knew that. And I'm not going to go through all of these, but it lists all the work that I've done, all the receipts over the years of work done. So it's a pretty comprehensive lot, really. This is a member kit that they gave me for new member kit from Mercedes-Benz Club of America. Still got the badge in there and the welcoming letter and all that good stuff, so that comes with it. Any other of interest? Zenith wires, those are the wire wheels that I took off and put the bunts back on. Bunch of service work. So anyway, you've got a lot of stuff to go through. That is that little lot. Well, I think that rounds it up, really. We've gone through pretty much all aspects of the car, from bodywork to drivetrain, interior, soft top, hard top, leather seats, all the business. So I will try and detail a list of all the specific things I've done to the car. Probably have missed a few things in the video, but if you've got any questions or you want more detail about certain aspects of the car, please reach out to me. I will put my email in the comments section, and feel free to message me, and we can talk cost and price and all that good stuff. It will be going on Bring a Trailer in the next 3 weeks. That takes about that long for that to list on there. I'm not listing immediately. I'd like to put it on my YouTube channel before it goes on there. Please hit like, share, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks all for watching, guys. Bye bye.